Today we are going to work about the most common idioms in English. It is going to be a very interesting and amusing class. Do you remember what is an idiom? Yeah, do you know what is an idiom? What about you, Rafael?
Okay, hello.
Hello.
And this picture explain um, with the cucumber. I have hot and this object vegetal have cold.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Okay,
Brenda.
the sunny day.
Uh-huh. All right, thank you, Rafael. Brenda, do you know what is an idiom?
Um, the Spanish, of course, and English, because the roots are the same to the Spanish, Latin roots, and I think that English is easy for us because um, have a similar roots with the Spanish. English is easy for us. For example, for the Americans is difficult the Spanish because the vocabulary is very difficult for they.
Okay, thank you very much. All right,
You're welcome.
okay, Carlos, do you know what is an idiom?
It's like a language.
Could be, but well, not precisely, but something like that. Sandra, do you know what is an idiom?
I think it's a kind of expression, but it's not an expression that I could translate exactly, you know?
That's it.
I don't know, I think it's that.
No, it's okay. You know what? An idiom is a phrase that is common in certain time, in certain regions, and has two meanings. One of them is the connotative sense, and the other one the denotative sense. An idiom is a phrase that has the figurate meaning and the literal one. For example, the one that you can see in the screen is cool as a cucumber. If it is the literal meaning, cucumbers are cool. Yes, they are so fresh vegetables. But the figurative meaning is that something is with no worryings. For example, I can tell you, hey, you have a lot of work. You have lots of things to do, and I see you cool as a cucumber. So the meaning in here is that, okay, you have a lot of things to do, and you don't worry about anything. Carlos, please tell me.
Teacher, it's about like expressions.
That's it.
One of that can it's put your socks on, like that.
It could be, yes.
Okay.
But you know what? For example, in Spanish, we have lots of idioms. For example, whenever the boyfriend goes to talk to the father of his girlfriend, to his girlfriend's father, and he says, Señor, vengo a pedirle la mano de su hija. Of course, he doesn't want just a hand. Of course, he wants to get married.
Yes.
The figurative meaning is I want to get married to your daughter. But the literal one is I want only one hand. That's
Yes.
an idiom. Okay.
I understand.
Yes, here in this idiom, cool as a cucumber, we have a similar one in Spanish. We say, yo te veo como la fresca mañana, tienes mucho trabajo, pero andas pues como Pedro por su casa, ¿no? That's the meaning of this. You have lots of things to do and you are cool as a cucumber. Or you can see, hey, there's an enormous, economical crisis and you are cool as a cucumber. It means that you don't care about it or that you are not worried about it. Okay? Rogelio, welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. All right, so do you have any question about this phrase?
Is this something like when you say, oh, a piece of cake? Or expressions like this?
Whenever you say, yeah, that's it, it's that kind of expressions. It's an idiom. That's it, Rogelio, pretty good. So why don't we do some examples about this one, cool as a cucumber. For example, I can tell you that my neighbor has a lot of problems with his rent because he can't pay and he doesn't want to work, even though he has a lot of problems with money. He's cool as a cucumber. Okay, let's do some examples. If you want, you can give me your examples by speaking, or if you want, write them in the chat.
Right. Wow.
I want a simple teacher.
I am going to write one example.
Okay. I have much hard work and I cool as a cucumber and rest.
That's it. You are cool as a cucumber. Okay, I wrote an example. It says, look at your house. It is so messy and your guests are coming in 1 hour. There's no time and you are as cool as a cucumber. Okay, Sandra wrote, some persons have a lot of problems, but they are cool as a cucumber. Excellent, Sandra, pretty good. Rogelio, my brother has many troubles, but he's cool as a cucumber. Excellent. Rogelio, pretty good. Just a little correction in many. It was a little spelling one. Brenda, we listen to you.
Teacher, the expression cool as a cucumber is like relaxed, fresh, without problem. Is correct?
But it means that you have things to do and you don't worry. That you are so relaxed as if nothing ever happened.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Yes, it means that you should worry, that you should hurry. Okay, any other examples? Sandra, pretty good. Rogelio, pretty good. Okay, Rogelio wrote another. I am arriving to my class online. I must have been embarrassed, but I'm cool as a cucumber. That's pretty good, Rogelio. All right. Okay, Carlos, Brenda, Rafael, what do you think about Carlos? I have too much work, but I'm cool as a cucumber. Excellent. Pretty good, Carlos. Brenda, I have a lot of work, but I'm cool as a cucumber. Excellent. That's it. Pretty good. All right. We are waiting just for Rafael. And so here we have another. Look at this. Here we have 3 more idioms. The first one is to have tickets on yourself. It means to be conceited. Whenever you say, let me see another example, an example of this. My friend won the lotto and now she has tickets on herself. Okay, it means that she doesn't stop talking about it and she is showing off that she won the lotto. Yeah, do you understand this idiom?
No.
Okay, teacher.
Aha.
She don't go to an event and cancel?
No, this means that that we believe that we are more than we are, and we are all of the time showing the others that we are superior.
Okay, teacher.
Into Spanish, we could say something like
¿Me plantó la chica? ¿No
no,
fue a la cita?
no. Más bien a lo que se refiere es cuando alguien es muy presumido acerca de algo, cuando decimos se le subió a la cabeza.
Ok.
Dice, mi amiga se ganó la lotería y se le subió a la cabeza.
Ya.
All right. Okay, so one example of this.
One example. Okay. I went to una rifa and I win the TV and show with my friends in Facebook and Twitter and take a picture the TV and send message.
And you got tickets on yourself, no? For
Yes.
example, Carlos wrote, I don't understand at all. Okay, it's okay. Okay, Sandra wrote, when I will pass my English exam, I will have tickets on myself. Hey, that's a very good example. Pretty good, Sandra. Yes. You know what? The mathematics teacher in the high school I work has tickets on himself, like because he had a honorific mention. Okay, this is another example. The mathematics teacher in the high school I work has tickets on himself because he had a honorific mention. Okay, Carlos, my friend won the prize. Now he has tickets on himself. Excellent. Pretty good. Okay, another example.
Just a minute. I can't see that I'm writing. I don't know why. It's very in the down state of my screen.
Don't worry. Look at this. We have another option. If you see into your screen, it says, estás compartiendo la pantalla de Maggie Argot. Y a un lado dice opciones.
All right.
If you click on those opciones, you find anotar. If you click on anotar, then you find another menu. Okay, Rogelio, here you are. Miss España is a little beautiful, but as she won the certamen, the contest, she has tickets on herself. Okay, pretty good.
But I don't know. I have a trouble. I have a problem because I don't know if I have to. I must to write he or she.
Because if you say Miss España, so it's a woman, it's a she. Miss España is a little beautiful, but she won the contest.
All right, she
has tickets on herself.
On herself, all right.
On herself. Yes, that's it.
But she is he.
If you are talking about a man,
she was man. But yes, you're right because she now is woman. Yes.
If it's a woman, it's she. If it is a man, then he. All right. Okay. Pretty good. Sandra wrote. My friend finished her master with very good grades. She has tickets on herself. Excellent. Okay, so Brenda wrote, my work partner knows English. Now he has tickets on himself. That's it. Pretty good. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next idiom. Here it is written, better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. It means better than nothing. Yes. Do we have any similar into Spanish?
Better than a poke with a burn stick.
Eso es mejor que nada. That's it.
Better than nothing. All right.
So into Spanish we say peor es nada.
Better than nothing. All right.
All right.
In a poke in the eye with a burn stick. All right.
Okay, my example. I didn't receive my prize, just a diploma, but that's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick.
Mm, mhm.
Even into Spanish, there's another one. We say, merezco más, pero con eso me conformo, ¿no? That's it.
Mm, which one?
Okay, Sandra, you say, I don't have money, but I found a 20 pesos bill. Better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Excellent. Very good example.
The, the, go to the eye. Um, 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 the,
Okay, Rogelio wrote, I'm in the second level in a course of English, but that's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. That's it. That's pretty good. Okay, Sandra, I wish I could travel around the world, but by now I can go to Xochimilco. That's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Yes, that's it. Carlos, my payment was $10. Better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Yes, that's it. That's pretty good. You know, those were very good examples. Rafael, what do you think about it? Give us an
Oh, other example, teacher. Okay. I run fast, very, very, very fast. I win the competition of fast to go to restrooms in the park.
Okay, pretty good. But here it could be for the last part of your example. It could be it. Could it be better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick?
Yes, teacher.
All right, thank you very much, Brenda. What about you?
Teacher, my example is I don't have a iPhone, but I have one Hawaii. Better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick.
Hey, that's pretty good. All right. Yes, that's great. All right. Now we have another. Here we are. Flash as a rat with a gold tooth. It means that some people could be ostentatious, showy, and a bit too flashy dressed. Um, do you remember the movie picture Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey and oh, what's the name of this actor? Into Spanish, the movie picture was Una pareja de idiotas. Do you remember that movie picture? Okay, so in that movie picture, when they went in the scene where they went to a party, they were looking for a suit. And so Jim Carrey is wearing a flashy orange suit, and the other actor, I don't remember, Jeff Daniels, is wearing a light blue, no, an electric blue suit. Do you remember that scene? Well, in that scene, they flashed as a rat with a gold tooth because they were the center of attention in that moment, but they were a little ridiculous. So,
Okay, yeah, I remember.
yeah, do
En
you remember?
español sería una pareja de tontos la película.
Yes, that's it. That was,
Ya.
into English, it was Dumb and Dumber.
Dejando ver.
Yes, and it was with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. Yes, in that scene,
2 men drive the car, and the car is a dog.
aha, that's it. Yes, that was the movie picture. And in the scene where they go to a party and they buy some suits, an orange one, an electric blue one,
Yes,
we can work with this idiom, flash as a rat with a gold tooth. They flashed as two rats with a gold tooth. Okay, so you know what? My example. A year ago, I went to a party, but I I knew, well, I was set that it was going to be a thematic party, so I wore a costume. I was wearing as an Indian, as an Apache Indian, and
yes.
you know what? It was not the situation. It should have been a formal party. So when I came to that place, oh my, it was so ridiculous for me. I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Everybody turned around and saw me, and they started laughing. So I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth.
Okay.
All right. So could you give me examples about it?
Other example, teacher. Okay. I go to the party and my smoking is green and my tennis Jordan, this color is pink.
Oh my. And we complete the example with I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Good, Rafael. Thank you very much. Okay, anybody else? You know what? Okay, Sandra says, I went to my friend's wedding, and a woman wore a short dress with a cheetah pattern and the biggest hat ever seen. She flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Excellent, Sandra. Very good example. You know what? Time ago, I went to Teotihuacan. I went to climb the Sun Pyramid, and there was a woman who was wearing a pair of high heels. My goodness, how in the name of God a person can be wearing a pair of high heels if they are going to climb a pyramid? So she flashed as a rat with a gold tooth.
Yes. Sorry. Good.
Okay, Rogelio wrote, when I take a shower and go to take a trip in the downtown, I flash as a rat with a goat. All right. It could be.
That's truly.
Yeah, but
It's
well,
really.
that's this applies when you dress in a ridiculous way, or for yes. You know what? I remember that time ago. I was wearing my uniform, but I really liked the very big necklaces with many different colors, and so I was wearing a blue. Yes, I was wearing a blue blouse with my school uniform waistcoat, and I was wearing also enormous earrings, a pair of enormous earrings in color orange. And everybody were looking at me at glance. So I guess that I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Okay, Carlos wrote, I'm wearing new shoes, and now I'm like, I flash as a rat with a gold tooth. All right, pretty good. Okay, so Brenda, what about you?
Well, my idea or my experience is I broke my heel in my shoes in a party, and uh, I am a flasher as a rat with gold puffs.
Oh my, Jesus Christ. It must have been so embarrassing.
Yes.
That's it. All right, pretty good. Now, let's go to another idiom. Do you want to keep on doing examples with this idiom or with these idioms, I mean, or do you consider that it's time to move on to some others? Move on. All right. Here we have some of them. They say there are different types of idioms depending on their form. For example, in this case, there's a form that has verb plus object or complement, uh, and or adverbial complements. For example, kill two birds with one stone. The meaning is that it produces two useful results by just doing one action. Do we have any example into Spanish? Any similar?
The types are very small.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I am going to write it on the chat. To kill two birds with one stone. To kill two birds with one stone. I guess that we have one into Spanish, so similar to this. What's our idiom?
To kill two birds. All right. Kill two birds with one stone. All right.
All right. What's the idiom into Spanish? Excellent, Sandra. Yes. Matar dos pájaros de un tiro. That's it. So you know what? In the morning, I had to go to work, but in my commute home, I paid the telephone bill. So I killed two birds with one stone. Okay, so some examples about it. let me write my example in the chat. So, today morning, I went to work, and in my commute, I paid the telephone bill in an OXXO. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. All right.
I paid the telephone bill in the I can first with 1 stone. Here, 2 birds. Here.
Okay, Sandra wrote, I need to go out. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone if I go to the storage and the pharmacy. Excellent. Hey, that's a very good example, Sandra. Okay, my pleasure. Rogelio, from my point of view, it's better to say heal 2 birds with 1 cured. Oh, that's so nice. Yes. You know what? I guess that it is something like a cultural issue because from the very ancient past, we are used to kill, to destroy, to break, to hit. I remember that time ago, when I fell down, my mother used to tell me, don't cry, baby, don't cry. What happened? Did the floor throw you up? Hit the floor, bad floor. Instead of saying, oh, but okay, baby, be careful. Okay, it was a little accident, but don't worry. Stand up and continue, no? But she was teaching me how to take revenge of something, and she didn't realize. But it was something so common, and I guess that it was something so cultural.
Yes, yes, I understand it.
Yes, they try to distract babies so that they stop crying. But yes, that was a cultural. So you did something, hit him, break it. Okay, Carlos, I did my homework at the bus. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Hey, that's it. You took the transportation and you did your homework. Excellent. Pretty good. Rafael, what about you?
Hello, teacher. Okay. Okay. We have an example.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, an example. Uh-huh.
Okay, the example is for I go to the high school and my teacher applicate exam and surprise and I don't study because I rest.
And could you finish that example with I killed 2 birds with 1 stone?
Okay, teacher.
All right. Okay, so you know what Rogelio wrote? In this moment, I'm learning English and I'm having fun. I'm killing two birds with one stone. Do you agree? Oh, yes, I do. Pretty good. Brenda, in my English conversation, I'm in my English conversation and doing my English homework. I kill two birds with one stone. It's not true. It's okay, Brenda. Pretty good. All right. Okay, so let's go with another. Look at this, the other one, in the blink of an eye. They say in an extremely short time. For example, I can say, it happened to me today. You know what? I fall asleep at morning. It was 6:50. No, it was 6:45 in the morning, and I woke up. I dressed up in the blink of an eye, and I went to work. I got dressed. Okay, let me write it in the chat. I got dressed in the blink of an eye, and I went to work. Okay, that's my example. All right. So, Brenda, that's it. En un abrir y cerrar de ojos. That's it. Pretty good, Brenda. So, let's write some examples, okay? You know what? I guess that new technologies permit women nowadays, housewives, to clean the house in the blink of an eye, because we have washing machines, dishwashers, many apparatus that make it easier. We can do it in the blink of an eye. Okay, Carlos wrote, I got there by bus in the blink of an eye. Excellent, very good. Sandra, this morning I was reading a book in the blink of an eye. I was very late. Oh my. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so any other example, kids? Okay, so Rogelio wrote, you can do your homework in the blink of an eye. Just do it, please. Hey, that's pretty good. So good, Rogelio. Thank you very much. Brenda wrote, I was connected on my online in my online English conversation in the blink of an eye. Hey, that's pretty good. A very good example, Brenda. You know what? For me, it is interesting to use technology because in the blink of an eye, we can be talking to people who are maybe in Sonora or maybe who are in the United States even. So that's interesting. That's magical. All right. Finally, let's go to the next The next, all right, pretty good. Let's go to the next idiom, a bone of contention. Here we have this one. Okay, here it is. A bone of contention. It means something which people argue and disagree over. For example, whenever we talk about politics, it can be a bone of contention. Any other topic that could be a bone of contention? For example, when excellent, Sandra, pretty good. Religion is a bone of contention. Why? Because we can agree or we can disagree, or even we can argue, we can fight because of that topic. You know what? Another bone of contention for me is soccer. Because when people talk about soccer, some people used to say, you know what, Cruz Azul is the best. And other people say, no, no, no. Hey, I'm sorry, but America is the one. And so it can be a bone of contention. The abortion is a bone of contention. Yes, totally agree with you. You know what? In my house, education. Hey, yes, that's it. AMLO is a bone of contention. Excellent. That's a pretty good example. Some people can agree, some people can disagree. So it's a bone of contention. Okay, another bone of contention that you consider, Rafael, what do you think about bones of contention?
About contention? Okay, teacher. The team for football Pumas is a fun contention, teacher.
Pretty good. Thank you, Rafael. That's pretty good. Okay, Rogelio, I'm sorry to be a bone of contention of both of you girls. That's pretty good. Hey, that's so nice, Rogelio. Okay. Hey, that was pretty good. Let's go to the other one. As dry as a bone. Here we have. Whenever we talk about as dry as a bone, we can say very dry indeed. For example, I could say that when I don't have money, not any money, not a peso, I am dry as a bone, as dry as a bone. Okay, so my son told me, Mommy, do you have money? Mommy, do you have money? And I said, no, baby. I am as dry as a bone. Oh, I'm sorry. It's I. Or it could also be, indeed, to be very dry. For example, my plants, I didn't water the plants. They are as dry as a bone. I'm not working. I'm as dry as a bone. It could be, Carlos, pretty good. Would you give an example? No, I'm dry as a bone. Excellent, Rogelio, pretty good. Or even you could say, You could also say, my brain is as dry as a bone.
Mhm.
Okay, pretty good. All right, let's go to another one. I guess we have time. Si nos da tiempo de otro más. Brenda, honey, can you give me more love? Baby, I'm as dry as a pretty good. Sandra, I don't have good ideas. I'm as dry as a bone. Here, Sandra, we could say my brain is as dry as a bone. All right, pretty good. Okay, finally, route and ready. It means crude and lacking of sophistication. For example, whenever we say, sometimes the preparatory school students are crude and lacking sophistication. The way they speak, I mean. The way that my high school students speak is rote and ready, okay? Because they say many bad words. Okay, any other example?
The way that my students is
Other example, teacher. Okay. I like ice cream and soda.
It could be Rafael, but here we are not talking about it. Well, you can say, for example, the way I eat the ice cream is raw and ready because my mouth is all dirty. It could be. Okay, so Sandra wrote, she's very direct with her people. She's road and ready. Excellent. My ghetto is road and ready. Yes, pretty good. All right. You know what? I guess that this was so nice, so interesting. I was very amused of being talking about this topic. It was very nice. Well, I don't know if you have any question or if you want to say any comment about this.
yes. If we don't know that expressions or that idioms, mm, mm, it's gonna be very difficult to understand when two people, strangers people, are speaking English because we will not understand what they are saying.
Oh, yes, it could be.
Because if somebody say, oh, I am dry as a bone. If I don't understand the idiom, I don't going to understand that he hasn't money, for example.
That's it, it could be. But you know what? Don't worry a lot about it because you can ask for the meaning. You can say, I beg your pardon, or what do you mean? It is very difficult that we know all of the idioms that exist because they depend on time. They are changing very constantly, and they depend also about the place where you go. For example, in English, in Spanish, I remember that I was working in a gastronomy school, and there was a boy who was coming from Durango, and suddenly I said something that for him was not very sense, And he said, no se la bañe, miss. And I said, what? I beg your pardon? And the other one said, que no manche. And I said, what? Oh my. And it is into Spanish.
Yeah.
So it happens everywhere. So don't worry. Whenever you have this problem, just ask, I'm sorry, what do you mean? And that's all. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you very much. You know what? I strongly recommend that we can download any PDF about idioms, and we can have some examples about them.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, thank you very much for your beautiful comment. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, and you know what? The recommendation is that, as Carlos said, there are many videos about idioms, and you know what? They are very up to date. They are actual. So it's nice. I also recommend that. So thank you very much and have a very good night. See you next class.
See you. Good. Have a nice night.
Thank you very much. Likewise, have a very good night.